What's up, everybody? Moses here bringing another PoE video, and today I didn't get the chance in the past couple of days to make a video because, well, I was streaming basically all the time, and during the week and the weekend now we got to normal, you know, schedule, and I have to go to work, right? So I have these night shifts, and I really try to stream as much as I can. You guys have been actually pretty amazing recently in the past couple weeks since Delve came out. There's really a lot of support from the stream, and I really do appreciate that. So that's kind of like a side note. And I just was not able, between all this lack of sleep and all this hardcore grinding and work and all these hours of streaming and the stuff I need to do around the house and all that kind of stuff. Just couldn't find the time. So in the past couple of days we didn't have a video, which is, I guess, fine. Nobody said I had to do daily videos, right? But it has been kind of nice as long as it lasted. So yeah, this is still a kind of like a recap. So we're still pretty early in the in the Betrayal League. So a couple of things. First, I got a new weapon a couple of days ago now. Just didn't get the chance to tell you about it. It does have the hybrid spell damage and gain non-chaos as extra chaos, which adds quite a decent chunk of chaos damage to our spells, right? Big lightning and then big chaos damage over here. So that's pretty sweet. On top of that, has some crit multi, and overall gives me about 3k DPS compared to my old eye level 74 weapon. This is eye level 78, but I mean, that 74 weapon, I picked it up I think on day 2 of the league. I found it in like a tier 4, tier 5 map, and I just kind of stuck with it and killed something like 15 Uber Elders with it. So pretty good weapon, right? And so far, Uber Elder stat wise, we've killed 4 of them. We've killed 20 of them, and we found 4 Watch's Eyes and 3 Mark of the Shaper rings. So feels a little bit less than what we got last league, but hey, still kind of small sample size, and gotta get that RNG going at some point. So yeah, that's kind of like stat wise. So we have this. I also found an eye level 83 in one of these tier 16 maps that had some Elder influence on it, and I got a 2 stone, so I decided to craft it, and I altered life augmented lightning damage and then regaled global crit multi. So this ring was already better damage wise than my old ring, which just had a lot of life and resist, which is all you kind of like need. So I bought this one for like 5C on PoE trade, life mana and some cold risk because I needed it back in the day, and this easily replaced it with all that extra damage from lightning and global crit multi, about 2k DPS overall, like 5k DPS for both these upgrades. Sheet is on 30k, and I can't see how it in fact improves from this point on, because I'm not planning on playing this character for too much longer. We're gonna go into our next adventures pretty soon. So that's when it comes to the upgrades. Of course, I did exalt it twice after crafting the cold and light damage, of course. Plus 2 evasion, plus 4 mana on kill, rip exalts. But hey, we got a few so we can spew, right? We got a few so we can spew. I guess that's a new thing now. And that's kind of like what happened with the ring. Now, I've had this at 100% for quite some time now, I think since yesterday. And I figured, okay, so a couple of updates on the league mechanic. It's like straight up annoying, alright? I know I talked about it and I was maybe being a bit too gentle. Betrayal League is just straight up annoying. I can't, for the life of me, get it that fled to research, or Kamaria, where is he? To intervention, he's here. Or, the Jorgen, I believe, and Haku, I want those in intervention as well. It's just been a plain pain in the bum to trying to get the people you want to the places you want them in. It seems like that after 2 weeks I've been trying to do it. Once I figured out, like, took me about few days to figure out, hey, I want to put this guy here for for the better rewards. I haven't been able to make that actually happen. It's all very, very relying on RNG to the point that it's like super annoying. And I just want to continue with my map rather than trying to figure out what will happen on each scenario. It's just really not my league mechanic, okay? Some people enjoy being the detective. I just want to grind the maps, okay? And it's not like really being the detective where it just comes down to like a lot of RNG and whether this guy is like, dude, it's just really not for me, okay? So I just decided to kind of like let it go and click whatever and just move on with my map and just randomly let things develop on their own. When it comes to the safe house boss, so there's another update on that. They made it so that you can now have additional rooms after she drops you the 1 alchemy flask, or after she drops you the 1 alchemy shield, or the 30-40 chaos chest, whatever. They felt that the reward is underwhelming, which is understandable because, well, it is. Not only it's underwhelming, it's like pretty bad minion stuff for the most part, and I mean the flask is kind of okay, but again, 1 alchemy or whatever, and yeah, it resets your entire board, right? And then you have to try and figure out everything from the beginning all over again. That's very, very annoying. It clears everything, right? So they felt players are not incentivized to do it. I still am holding the opinion that like this league mechanic, like really not for me. I'm just clicking on buttons, trying to get like this somehow by some miracle happened that we have Gravicius over here. I tried to make him the leader because then I believe he drops 2 gilded ones. I try to make him the leader, so I have to wait now until Ashling is showing up, and then I got an executor, and then he gets promoted. That I do know, that I did figure out, but I mean it's all just so much RNG. When will I encounter her? I can encounter her when one of her friends, right? She has lines that represents the friends. So when she's trusted with someone that I have a certain encounter with, there's a chance for her to spawn and also fight, and then I can have an interaction with her, and I can execute. Sorry, not execute, but interrogate her, and then Gravicius takes her spot. But that's all fine and nice in theory, but I've been trying to make this happen for a while now, and just never happens, and that's like really, really frustrating that I can't promote the people that I want to the top. You know, I know what's supposed to happen in theory. The idea of the league mechanic itself is not like it's super complicated. We figured it out. It's just like it doesn't seem to connect. Like there's something that always keeps me from doing what I want there, and the results like are never as I intend them to be. So I don't know. It's just really, really annoying. Anyway, so they've upgraded the reward for the safe house of the mastermind, because again, once you figured out the fight, I mean, you figured out the fight, okay, so you're doing the fight and then you're not getting reward because the loot is kind of garbage in terms of like currency, and if you're not using it for yourself, or I mean, you can just pick it up on period.trade if you're not using it for yourself, and it resets the entire not ascendancy, but you know, syndicate board. So now what they've added is you can get rewards based on all your rank 1 members, or you know, the syndicate safe house leaders, not the rank 1 members, the safe house leaders. You're gonna get more rooms once you killed her, based on who is the top of your syndicate branch. So your best interest is to put tier 3 guys, right, rank 3 people at the top before you open this safe house, so that, you know, and good luck finding the exact perfect people to put exactly where you want them to, because that is just the absolute pain of this league. That's the crux. That's the obstacle I just cannot pass. And I see on my stream people, you know, most of you guys I bet feeling kind of like the same way. How do I get this guy exactly there? Alright, so that's the pain of this league. That's what we're supposed to figure out. That's what we're supposed to be doing. But I want to farm the map. So I'm just going to leave this thing, just let it rot in the meantime, because I really don't care too much about it. And even with these rooms, I mean, sure, you get a couple of casts worth of scarabs Awesome. Guess what? I mean, I'm doing well anyways. I mean, I've got everything. I just play solo, and I'm able to sustain my maps, you know, and do everything that I need, right? So map tab, just doing quite alright, even without that, you know, 100 chaos worth of, you know, it doesn't worth the headache for me, you know. But if you personally enjoy it, by all means, have fun. This is an awesome league. Just that particular league mechanic for the first time. This is the first time I played Path of Exile, and I don't feel any kind of, you know, good relationship with the league mechanic, and it legitimately is happening for the first time. Okay, so this league is absolutely amazing. You know, the way that they put everything together is a bunch of cool, super cool skill that I'm looking forward to do. But that's where we stand, at least when it comes to me and the league mechanic. Outside of that, there is another something that seemed to have happened here. If we look at the delves, right? So these abyssal cities and the, you know, primeval chambers and the you know, the Val outposts, all these cities that are basically our goal that we talked about last time, to be at 240 plus for area level 83, seem to have taken a small nerf, it would seem. So the way that it works is these areas are kind of like fixed maps, and they all have two corridors. You have an entrance, and then you can turn either right or left, and you have like two corridors. And in these corridors, the end of each corridor, there used to be 5 chests. So on each, so right, that's 10 chests, and that means 10 opportunities to roll charts, right? Charts being maps, being the highest possible reward we should be looking for. Essentially, that's the target of being here in the first place in these cities, to drop maps and sustain our map pool, and specifically tier 16. So these areas seems to have taken a small nerf. There is now 1 with 5. There used to be 2 with 5 on each side. Now there's 1 with 5, and the other one is always 2. So there's 3 chests less for each one of these abyssal cities, and you see there's kind of a nice cluster: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you multiply 6 by 3 chests less per area. Well, that's 7. So, you know, in this particular case, you know, it's like 3 per area. It adds up to quite a bit, and that means quite a bit less maps. They still drop, still good, and to be frank, could have been a bit overpowered. I remember one instance when I had a small city like this one. This one has actually 7 rooms. I had like a city with 5, and I actually dropped like well, something like 12 or 8 or 9 or 10, kind of a big number of at like tier 16 maps, and my entire inventory was like up to here with tier 16, like just red maps, out of which 10 or so were tier 16. So maybe it was a bit overpowered, maybe it did require a little bit of a nerf hammer, but we can't really entirely like confirm 100%, but at least I've noticed, you know, 5 and 2 versus 5 and 5, and it seems to drop less tier 16 maps from what I've experienced in the past couple of days, so kind of wanted to share that with you. Other than that, League is awesome. Hope you guys are enjoying whatever it is you're doing. On Sunday, most likely, or Saturday evening when I get back home from work, I'll start a new build, and hope to see you guys there. So thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.